Good evening and welcome everybody to another edition of the Music and Mixing Show. I'm DJ Michael Joseph. I'm your host, and tonight I have a great topic. It's so good that I've already done it once. I'm going to do it again. So I do have the chat open, so feel free to holler and tell me where you're from, where you're watching, all that kind of stuff. If you've never seen the show before, we always take a few minutes at the beginning, let everybody come into the chat. I do shout-outs, that sort of thing. It's like the only place I'll do shout-outs. I will not do shout-outs in the DJ booth, but I'll do them here on the show. So, like I said, we get everybody into the thing started a couple minutes there, and then we are going to cover our topic tonight, where I get my music, and I think it's going to be a good one. Hello, Todd. What's going on? I see we got everybody watching from everywhere tonight. We're on a bunch of stuff. Oh, Silvio, what's going on, man? How are you doing? I need to move this over so I can see all of it. Montreal, we have Todd's from down south, so we have Facebook and YouTube representing so far. We're on 5 different places tonight, both on YouTube and there. George, DJ GQ checking in from Lompoc, California. Did I say that right? I hope. I am horrible at pronouncing things. It's so bad. But yeah, I think it's going to be a good one tonight. I'm going to show like everything, where I get from, and not only where I get my music, but I'm going to show, why I choose the places that I do, and a little bit further into that, on what I look for in some of my thought patterns is that gets me most covered. Isidore from Chicago, what's going on? So thank you, George. Everybody for tuning in. Just wait until everybody gets in, and then we will start the show. I'm just seeing who all's where tonight. Got the chat open from everywhere, so we have both Facebook and YouTube running tonight. I think we're over on Twitch also. On Twitch also. Don't quote me on that. But we're on all of them. I've got some good stuff for you tonight. I'm going to share some old stuff to some new stuff. Corey is from Nebraska. Omaha, what's going on? Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate that. There's a thing going on for BPM Supreme tonight. I don't know if you guys got to see that, but it's a generational thing of a bunch of different DJs from different ages talking about stuff. It was really cool. It might be still going on. I had to tune off and come on over here to do this show, obviously. But yeah, we're going to cover everything tonight. Like I said, I'm kind of excited about this because I think it's a good topic. And like I said, I get asked the most about it. And I think it's a good way to cover things. So, like I said, we're making sure everybody comes into the chat, welcoming everybody before we start. It is on demand, so if for some reason you can't watch the whole thing, or if you are watching it on demand, thank you. But when you're watching on demand, you can't do questions. But if you're watching it live right now, you can send me questions, and I'll be able to answer them. Next week, I am going to be doing another show over on Twitch on the Disc Jockey News' YouTube channel. And it is going to be about music, because over there we can play music. So I'm going to be playing some of the stuff that I find places, the odd, weird things. That reminds me, I need to bring up another screen over here, because I wanted to show off some of the stuff that I had to hunt for and find. Gosh, where did I put that at now? I have to find everything, because I've got like 101 screens open right now. There we go. And I need to go here. I don't know if I can find that or not that quickly. But I'm basically going to share some of the stuff that I look for recently that is like way off the deep end. You open a few of these here so you guys can be able to see them there. That's perfect. And we'll go to the next one. And I'm going to open some up. So keep shouting out. Like I said, we're about ready to start. But like I said, I always want to do a couple shout outs for people and where you're from and that sort of thing. Like I said, I want to try to find a few more of these. Then I want to show you why I have to hunt a little bit for stuff, because I don't play always the absolute radio cuts or different things like that. Sometimes I have to drop deep into stuff, and now I'm like searching through every picture I have to find like 3 weeks ago when I had all the ones. Because I have this thing where I go to where DJs are at hanging out with them, and I will like come in and go, oh, I like that song, and throw my camera up over their shoulder and take a picture of their song. I think this whole thing just froze up. So if we're catching on okay, so we need John Jazz, what's going on? I want to make sure I say hello to you. Gus, what's going on? And I shut the door to the studio, and I didn't want to do that, but I will live with that. I'm trying to find the other songs. You will like them because they're good. There we go. That one. Because I just want to share what I have to hunt for and why I do that, and you'll understand a little bit more of what I go through, because it's the process of hunting is what we're going to kind of cover tonight. I'm opening a bunch of these things up here. I think that's the last one. Yeah, it's the last one. Okay, cool. All right, so we are ready to start. Yeah, I know I'm lagging a little bit because had a bunch of stuff open, so now it should kind of even out a little bit. I had a very heavy processing thing going on there, and it's still doing a few things, so it should be a little bit better now. So give it a couple seconds, and we're good. And we're ready to start tonight. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I appreciate this. This show, like I said, I did it before last month over on Twitch, and we didn't get a whole lot of people tune in, but I thought it was so important, and I get asked so much, so I wanted to put out a video with everything that I do, where I hunt for it, why I hunt where I hunt is kind of more specific as to what I want to cover. Let me know if the video kind of helps itself out now that I've stopped doing all that crap. So let me know that. So that's kind of what I want to do there, is I kind of want to cover through everything, why I look for it, all that kind of stuff. Still, everybody's going, hey, what's going on? Everyone in the chat, appreciate that. So first thing I want to start out with is some of the songs that I have to hunt for. And the reason that it takes me a while to do some of these things, I want to kill this here so that I can... there you go, because I wanted to kill that feed so to make sure that it wasn't taking up any bandwidth. So I'm going to share some of the stuff that I go and hunt for. And okay, so here's some of the stuff, and let me kill this right here so we can see more. There we go. All right, so as I go out and hang out with friends of mine and they play songs that I like, a lot of times where I'll just go and throw my phone over their shoulder and take a picture of stuff. Yeah, because like I said, when I'm doing stuff on the one side over here, it kind of makes the other thing lag a little bit, so I'm all set now. I'm good. But like I said, I'm hunting for stuff like this, so it's just different. This is a Bruno Mars, Justin Timberlake mashup that I'm looking for. Another one there is a Michael Jackson, Off the Wall. So again, these are specialty remixes that are just kind of out there that it's kind of tough to find stuff. Like I said, it isn't the typical stuff that I look for. This one is James Brown, Papa Got a Brand New Bag. It's a mashup remix with a little drummer thing that I really is like a house mix, and I really liked what he was playing. This is Superstition and Next Episode mashup. I really liked it. I thought it was good. And the last one is crap, I can't think of the name of the group. Midnight Sky and Miley Cyrus. It was a good mashup. I can't think of the name of the group that does Midnight Sky. If you know it in the chat, shout it out. But these are the reasons that I hunt for some of the stuff that I hunt for, because a lot of this is not stuff that you can get everywhere. So this is why I hunt in depth for stuff, and why I'm trying to tell you some of the places where I get it. Now, the first one I am going to start with is BPM Supreme. I really like these guys because when I show you what I hunt for in there, you'll see how easy it is to get stuff. Now, I do not download like boatloads of stuff. Like, I don't go at the end of the month and download a whole bunch of stuff and then go through it. I go each week, get what I want. I go to like the different charts and find a song that's new that I don't have, that's on the charts, that's hot, or maybe it might be on TikTok and it's hot or something like that. And I'll go, okay, I need this song, and I'll go get that song, and I'll maybe get a couple versions of that song. And a lot of times what I DJ is a lot of college bars, clubs, stuff like that, to where they don't want to hear a 4-minute song. They want to hear a quick version. And BPM Supreme always has really great quick edits, intro, outro, quick edits, and that's what we're going to kind of show tonight a little bit on there. So when you commit a BPM Supreme, if you've never been there before, you get a choice, and you can pay extra for the BPM Latino or the BPM Crates, and Crates is exactly what you think it is. It's someone's a collection of songs that you can then pick through and you know, per genre, etc. So I'm going to go on into BPM Supreme, and I'm going to pick while I'm doing this, someone in the chat, this is probably going to slow down a little bit here. There we go. It's probably making the video go crazy. I apologize. So someone in the chat, please tell me a song that's hot right now. I'll try to bring up the other Billboard thing and maybe bring up a song that's hot right now, and I'll show you how it's easy to find this stuff. I'm bringing Billboard up on my phone, because you always should have shortcuts to music, even on your phone or whatever. Okay, so this might be a tough one, because this is new. It's just hit the charts. It's number 1 right now on Billboard. And we'll see if they have it. And they do have it. So right here, it's Lil Nas X, it's new song. It's #1 on the charts right now. It's a kind of a chill out thing, and you can see what different versions you get there with it. And you click on it, and then you can see the different ones. So we have the intro, clean, all kind of stuff like that. So if I wanted an intro with the clean, I do it there. But I like the quick edit. So we're going to go to the next song in the thing, because I want to show you the quick edits with this one. And so we have a remix here. I've already downloaded this, so we can show you that. Like, I come here and I can get this many versions this quick. So like I said, you can see I've already downloaded the quick hit clean. So I always play a clean version. You can play whatever you want to. This is my choice. But I play clean versions, and I can get a quick hit clean just by clicking on that button right there, and it downloads it, and instantly I have it. And that's why I like it, because it's so freaking simple. I don't know if they have the leave the door open. Sorry for the clacking, because I have a giant keyboard. So they have the regular one over here. As you can see, I grabbed the Quick Mix Clean. I have a house version that I got, and I'll show you later where I found it, because I found it on one of Virtual DJ's streaming sites, and then went out and found it another day. Yes, they would have 80s mixes in there. So let me think of a State of Zen. Throw me out something there while I'm still here, because I have a bunch to go through. So I'm going to try to talk as fast as I can and answer as many questions as I can, because I have a lot of stuff to cover. So feel free to throw out something from the 80s. We're going to say, what can we say here? From the 80s. That was before my time. That's a joke. I'm blanking on 80s artists. I don't know if they have any Michael Jackson on here, but we'll see if they do. Yes, they have several Michael Jacksons, and you get clean and intro edits. Intro edits means there's a beat coming in. It's not the album version, stuff like that. This is something they knew. They've started the mood setting, so you can figure it's a happy, a chill, whatever, stuff like that, uplifting, stuff like that. A bunch of different stuff. I can't even think of... Is it Men Without Hats? Is that the name of it? Yeah, so we have Men Without Hats, Safety Dance, and they have several versions of the Safety Dance. That's the Quick Hit Clean. So that means it has a clean intro. So it has stuff like that, and you can look for... Now, you're not going to have everything in here. Hollywood Swinging, they do have 3 versions. Clean, intro, clean. Clean usually means it's the album version. Intro, clean means it has an intro to it. And then the quick hit mean it's really short. It's a short version. Is that Napster? No, Napster's died a long time ago. No. I actually skipped a whole section tonight. I do want to go back and cover it real quick. But on years ago, when I started with this, and people ask me, how you put all this together, I did start with, do I still have that over here? There it is. Sorry, I moved that. I did start with some promo-only stuff, and back in the days, we used to have promo-only, and it came as what's called a platinum series, and it was a series of CDs, and you got these little pieces of paper with it. So if you wanted to search by alphabetical, you look for whatever it is. There's a lot of sounds on there. There's Bee Gees, Aretha Franklin's. You would then go and look like on disc 3, song 6. So a lot of my collection did start this way with different things. Same thing here. You can look at the different, you can do it by artist, or you can do it by title. They have different ones. That's an artist again, but they had different things you could look through, and I think that's the last one. So you had 80s rocks in there. So again, a lot of mine started like this, and that's how the mindset I think I started with came this way, and how it just moved over into the other stuff like BPM Supreme. So I'm thinking on songs instead of albums. So I want you to keep that in mind, that I'm not thinking albums when it comes to this. That's just not the kind of the way I work through things. So just so that you know that that's what I'm kind of looking through this, is that I'm not looking at bunches of things. I'm not looking at albums. I'm looking at songs, because it's stuff I'm playing, not stuff I'm listening to. But BPM Supreme has a lot of fixed versions. So if you get older songs where the BPM varies, they have a lot of versions in here that people have fixed. Depending on what words you want to use, there's different programs that use different words. Warping is one that comes from Ableton, but what it does is it fixes it, it lines everything up to where it should be. You can go in here and find versions of stuff that are fixed, and that's what I like about it. If I have an older version of something, I go, I'm sick of trying to chase this BPM and make it match. I just go here and get a different version, and that's all you have to do to that. All right, so we're going to look on. Again, feel free to shout out questions. That's pretty much it for BPM Supreme. Like I said, they have a lot. They also do have the trending charts, which I can go back here. And so it's probably going to make it glitch a little because he's going to bring up some heavy charts. And you can look at some different things on there, the monthly charts, and you can do them by different things over here. Set what you want to look at. But they also have the single ones, dance music and different things. And like I said, there's a lot of good resources here that I like. That you pay $20 a month, 19 something or other a month, and it's unlimited, whatever you want to download, as much as you can download, and that's it. And I absolutely love it. They used to have a video streaming version, but they don't have that anymore. But again, like I said, I really like this, what they do. Again, I'm not grabbing whole folders of stuff. I want to grab a song, and it's as simple as that. Fixed tracks labeled. So let me find one. What is his name? There should be some Stevie Wonders in here because his always vary a lot. I probably should look for Stevie Wonder. I probably should have just done that. There's some Stevie Wonder. So a lot of these that if you see the intro clean, like this would be a good to look. The clean version is probably going to be album version, not corrected. And then you have the intro clean is basically the album version with an intro and an outro. It has been fixed in the same way with the quick hit clean. A lot of these have been fixed when you see stuff like that. So that's how you do that. They're not necessarily label fixed, but you can see them and they'll say, and I forget they do have a word. I don't know if they're using the Serato word of Quanzai's or if they're using the Warp word from Ableton, but that's the way they go there. But that's pretty much it. Like I said, we can throw out some other questions here in a bit. Moving on through, the second one I do is called Static City Remix. And as they go in legal and not legal, tonight I do not want to talk about legal and not legal. I want to talk about me getting the music I want to get, okay? So I have a lot of people that go, oh, you can't use that service, or you can't recommend that service because they're not 100% legal. That's not what I'm going for. If the 100% legal places can get me the versions and edits I want, I'll pay for it. But they can't. So that's why I go to places like this. They download, they get their stuff from everywhere. So if there's a version on DJ City, they'll probably have it on here. And that's where all those other weird ones came on here. And that's why, again, I paid for this one. They ran last year because during the lockdown, a lot of DJs stopped subscribing. And they put a special to try to get some people, generate some money, obviously, because people just stopped paying for their subscriptions. And they offered a lifetime subscription for a price, and I just grabbed it. So you can do the lifetimes, you can do the monthlies. Go to these websites and look. It is staticcityremix.com, and you can look at that. But we're going to look at some of the stuff they have here and how it works. Like I said, I'm going to keep trying to look at the chat here if I can, so if there's anything there. Joe Bez, what was is that the truth for other pools too? I'm not sure what you're asking there. Okay, so we're in the record pool right now. I just want to kind of show you how this one works. They do have stuff that they've downloaded that you can go into and see collections. They do have like a weekly chart. You can look at months and look at different things by months over here on the right. You can look into different categories. You can look also into digital, like digital DJ pool, create, all the different ones that you can download. And you can go in and let's say I'm looking at, let me find a good little chart here. Let me find one here that has some stuff. A lot of Latino that they've put up recently. We'll go back to the top there. New music for that week, and we'll open that up, and it's probably going to slow everything down. And you can see how it works there. Tracks are, Joe asked, is that the same for all other pools? Most of them are labeled pretty good. I rarely have a problem with stuff labeled incorrectly. So this is what it would look like if you wanted to download a song from here. Now you have your choice. They show you everything that's in there. I'm not sharing that screen, am I? There we go. So we're back to here. So yeah, so I clicked on one of these and it took me here, okay? And this is like where you would go to and look at it. So you have all of these songs for this collection they have, calling it Static City New Music. And you can see what's there and whatever, and you can download the whole pack if you want, or you can download individuals. And that's where I go into the individuals. I'll go to the download pack, and it'll go in here and it'll give me a chart. And then from here, I can search for individual things. So let's say I want to look up this song right here. And all I'd have to do is type in here. and it would give me an individuals. But if you wanted to just search down through, you just search down through, and you could download the whole thing with that, or just pick your individual songs and click right there and download the individual song. You can go in, again, I'm not going to press play to let you hear it, but you can go in there and listen to each song all the way through by clicking that, and that would let you play the song, and you can listen to it all the way through. So let me close this out, and I want to go back to the search, and right now their search is broke. And they're working on it, but this little mini bar search here works the same as it normally does, but it only works in this area. So if I were to look up Drake, okay, normally I would hit enter and it would populate all of these things that are here, all down in here. But that's broke right now, so you have this. So if I want to look for, let's say I enter something specifically, I can go in here and then look at that one, because that brought me up a Drake song or something that's in there. Use parentheses and it will bring up stuff correctly. And we have some Drake songs in here, and there's a nice For What Mamba Tone edit. So you'd go up here to this section, and I think that started to play a song there, I think. So there's your Drake ones, and you would do the same thing. You would just download them, and they have a bunch of different versions like that. I don't know what their lifetime is right now. Let me go back on this one. I don't want to spend a lot of time on prices. Yeah, so that's showing that video. I don't want to do that. I don't want to go on prices because their prices do change and stuff like that. I don't know what it is. I couldn't even tell you what it is. I paid half of what it normally is for a lifetime. And I think it's more now. I think it's like $600 or $700 now. But I got it on sale. I'm not going to lie. I was going to say I got the lifetime for $300, and I love it because I can dig and find anything I want to find whatsoever. You would search for the name if you want to search for an acapella, you would search for the name and then acapella. So if I put Drake in there and I go, make sure I spell that right. And it should bring, I did not spell that right, did I? Did I spell that right? Let's fix it. All right, so then you should be able to go in there and then find the acapellas in there. But like I said, I don't want to stick a lot of these. Are the main two I use, and the stuff that I'm going to show you here in a bit in Virtual DJ. So these are some acapellas. So I'm going to do the find, and then we have some acapellas right there. And there's another one. Like I said, you just kind of have to search through some stuff and find it like that. So let's say this was the acapella I wanted, then I would go back up there and download it. But like I said, this BPM Supreme, this one, and the two that I'm going to show you later on Virtual DJ are the ones that I use all the time, and I'll show you why. So far on these two, I picked these two because of BPM. I can grab the stuff quickly. I can grab my quick edits that I want, that I have to have. Like if a song comes out that week on a Tuesday and I'm DJing at the clubs or the college bars, I have to have that new stuff that week because they're going to be bugging me for it. No joke. I literally have had people come up to me and go, hey, so-and-so's album's dropping at midnight. You going to play their song? And like, I can't even download it until midnight, and they're asking for it. So that's why I like the quick edits and stuff, because they like to hear the quick edits, and I can grab stuff. I don't have to spend very much time at all. Look at the charts, look at this song, make a list, whatever I want to do, go in there, type, boom, download, boom, download, and I'm done. That's why I like that one. And then Static City I like because it lets me be able to find the odd stuff. Like all those weird ones I showed you at the beginning, I found every single one of them on here. Found every one of them. And I think that's kind of cool to be able to go and do that kind of stuff. Now there's another one that I did subscribe to. My question is, if the track has an added intro, is that track always BPM corrected? Yes. Yeah. At least I haven't found any that aren't. That, like I said, that's why if someone's going to take the time to put an intro, they're going to make the time to fix everything. So, like I said, there may be some in there, but none of the ones that I download to fix that way have that. I mean, I went back and got a bunch of older songs that were fixed, and I mean, I went through like Dancing Queen, stuff by YMCA, Village People. I did Van Halen's. I did Bon Jovi's. I did Neil Diamond. I did some stuff in the 90s, and I went back and found old ones on here, and you can also find videos for a lot of stuff too. I went back and looked, got a lot of 90s songs that I did not have the ability to get video for back then. I went back and got videos for them because I do DJ videos from time to time. So we're going to get back to this. I'm running out of time quickly here. The next one is DJ Zone. I'm going to log in there. Don't look at that. So this is my, you couldn't see the password anyways, but this is one. I do not subscribe to this anymore, but I tried it. The main difference between this one and Static City is this one requires you to use an FTP client like FileZilla to download. You get your login, you go into the page, and you go into their hierarchy of stuff, and then you download it from there. So that's the only difference between those two, pretty much. As you can see, this one has all the different downloads, groups, auctions, the different places, the sites, all of this stuff is there. All of these ones you can find and search for, but this one requires you to use the FTP site. I like them too, but it came down to, for me, it came down to whether I wanted to do the FTP site or if I just wanted to go from the site, and I like the site better. But a lot of people like the FTP because they do groups, like large bunches of songs, and they can set it up overnight on that FTP client to just download overnight. They don't ever have to worry about anything. So it again depends on what you want to do. What works for you. I like to do the individuals. Someone else likes to do the groupings. So the DJ Zone might work better for you. Like I said, I used them for a while. I like them. I really do. I like them, but it just came down to FTP or the web page, and I like going with the web page. That's all. Another one that I've used quite a bit is Eighth Wonder. They're different now than when I had them. I had them a couple years ago. They do have a lot of tracks the same way, same as the other ones where they have a bunch of them. You can find Eighth Wonder tracks over on these other two also. We're going to go to the legal side of things now. I do want to make sure that we cover the legal side of things, but promo only is probably your best coverage for honest-to-goodness legal songs to where nobody's taken anything from anywhere. They have paid for the rights to have those songs on their thing. They also use an external download source. It's not like an FTP client, but it's their own little thing. I guess it's kind of an FTP client. So you have to download their thing to download songs. That was another one for me that I just kind of felt for me was a bit of a deal breaker because I just didn't want to have to mess with other songs. Also, keep in mind, dinner. BPM Supreme has their own app, so you can actually go on the app if you want. Go there and go to sign in and search through songs on your phone. Put them in a list so that you can go back to your computer later and download them that way. So you can preview stuff on your phone, add it to your crate, your virtual crate online, and then go back later and download it. So that's, again, another one of the things I like about BPM Supreme is they let you do that. But Promo Only has a lot of great stuff. Everything you could imagine, every style, whether you want it video, whether you want it audio, any of that stuff, it is there, and it is legal, quote unquote, if you want to do that. So I'm going to move on here. Checking the chat here. Yes, Joe was saying that certain ones that let you do the zip down crates and stuff like that. You can do all that kind of stuff on a lot of these. I don't know which ones do it, but if you're a person that does the groupings, then you can. Now, the next one I think is kind of cool for one reason. It's Club Killers. They have great remixes, absolutely incredible remixes. But they do a thing besides their subscriptions, which are kind of, I wouldn't say they're high, but they're up there. But they do a credit thing. So you can buy a grouping of credits that last you. So I couldn't tell you how many credits I bought a couple years ago. And whenever I can't find a song somewhere else, I'll go over here and look. And I have my credits that I paid for, and a credit is a single song or a single video. And I'll go and find it. And like this one here today, I just did an open up and see what was there. And all I did was click on this, puts it in my crate, and this one downloads it. And I downloaded this, and it was only 1 credit. So I went from 20 credits down to 19 credits. And that's one of the things that I think is kind of cool with these, is that this one can be a backup to go to for other stuff that you just put your money down, and you're not putting money into it each month. You're just using it to go back to and grab stuff if somebody doesn't have what you need. And again, that's why I think it makes it very unique. Club Killers, a lot of great stuff, a lot of gear. They have a lot of great gear too. So you might want to check some of those out. But like I said, that's one of the things about this one that I think is very unique, is the credits that they allow you to do that. Now, moving on over is DJ City. This one is known by a lot of people. It's kind of an international one. They have a lot of great stuff. They have a lot of strong background in their entire business and how it runs. And I do like them. They do have some remixes from time to time that nobody else has that I love. Like I have a reggaeton or Mambatone redrum of Miley Cyrus Party in the USA, and they were the only ones that had it. They made it. And because I was able to get from them, that's what made it worth it to me, is they had stuff that I wanted. And again, it comes back to having what you want, not that's what I have to find. I have to find what I want, and that's one that I found about that there. We're moving on over. Everybody knows about Beatport, BeatSource. And in case you don't, there are two different ones owned by the same company. Beatport is primarily EDM dance music, and I don't want people to come bashing me in the chat that that's not what it is, but it's primarily that kind of stuff. But they also have a sister company that's growing now called BeatSource. And they have it's basically open format, same sort of thing. You pay same as the rest of them. You pay for the monthly things. You download songs. You add them to your crate or your cart or whatever you want to do. You download them, same sort of thing. But they also have BeatSource Link. And again, a lot of these are, keep in mind, a lot of these are services that you can find through DJ softwares. I'm going to cover a little bit of DJ software streaming music at the end of this, but a lot of these can be downloads or streaming. So keep that in mind with some of these. This one here, it's a streaming site, BeatSource Link. It is for streaming, but they also have their own DJ app that they're showing right there. So that is their DJ app that is not a downloaded program. That is an app that runs on your screen on the browser. So it's like a Chrome browser or something like that. And they also have the app for the Apple side, like have your apps, and that's basically a browser. It's all built on Chrome's structure, and they have an app that you can DJ from and stream from their service. So if you pay for their service and use the app, you don't have to buy a DJ software. You can DJ through their app, through their streaming service, and it's all connected together. And I know what a lot of you are saying, why in the world would you do that? I'm telling you, things are changing. I always say this. I remember when people said, no one will ever DJ with a CD, and then people did. And then they said, well, no one will ever DJ with a laptop, and then they did. And then say, no one will ever DJ with a controller, and then they did. And now they're saying no one will ever DJ streaming, but they do. So don't ever say never, because I know a friend of mine that literally said one day when he saw CDJs, he said, the first time I see those in a club will be the last time I ever DJ. I'll quit. And he uses them and owns them now. So that's the way it goes. So never say never on these things. And again, I will show you here in a bit why I feel streaming is important. But those are ones that you can look at, different prices for different things, different music. I'm basically pointing these out to show you what's out there, and you have to find what fits you and what you want. SoundCloud is one that is a mix of everything. It is difficult. Am I going to list the sites I use? I will put that after the show in the show notes, so you can come back to the video that is on DJNTV's YouTube channel. For anybody who's watching on Facebook, go to youtube.com/Disc Jockey News, and this video will be there on demand, and I'll put all of these in that list. Someone's tuning in from the Caribbeans. Hey, what's going on? Thank you for tuning in. But SoundCloud Go Plus are two other services that work like the streaming. They have a lot of pop songs along with original stuff and a lot of remixes. The reason that I'm not a big fan of this is that you get a lot of people throwing remixes up here that aren't great. People, because they have access to, to pay SoundCloud to have stuff up, so you will have to pick through a lot of stuff. It's not like some of the other ones where you're going to get something that's pretty good. So you have a lot of stuff like that. Robin, when I show you about the streaming, it's gonna blow your mind. And again, it's down the road. But like I said, SoundCloud Go Plus. Again, these are all separated in multiple prices. That's the weird thing about this. So let's move on a little bit, because I still want to hit some of your questions here at the end. This one is Digital DJ Pool. I thought I had a subscription that I signed up for, and I signed in, and they had to send me an email to confirm, and it didn't come back. But I like their stuff. I like their stuff a lot. I really do. They're another one that a lot of DJs like. I think they're very good. And the other one that I think that I recommend that I like, and there's other ones out there, so I'm not saying what you're using isn't good, but these are the ones that I kind of say that I've tried and I go, these are pretty solid. And Digital Music Service is another one that I think is really solid. And that's kind of the ones that I I like the services. Now, I'm going to take the services to the streaming side to show you the streaming side of stuff now, because let's say each month, like I said, I'm paying $20 a month for the BPM Supreme. Okay, so I'm showing you how much I'm putting into it. You can choose whatever you want to do. So I'm paying $19.99 a month for BPM Supreme. I've already paid my thing for the Static City Remix Lifetime, which can be a monthly thing, a yearly thing. They do all kinds of different packages. So that's kind of, let's say that's not a monthly thing. So I'm not paying for that. It's already been paid for. So I got so far $20 into that. So we're going to go over on Virtual DJ. And again, for some of you who don't use Virtual DJ, again, I'm sorry. You can at least look at the idea of what I do here, and I kind of understand it a little bit. But Virtual has, I think they're up to 8 different streaming services, including, let me see if I can zoom in here. VJ zoomed, and we'll slide this over and up. All right, so there we go. You can see that now. All right, so they have iDJ Pool, which is audio, VDJ Pro, which is video, and Digitrax Karaoke. This is just within Virtual DJ. Then outside Virtual DJ, there's ones Deezer, which is just like Spotify, SoundCloud, which is what I showed you before. That's how you run the SoundCloud through here streaming. Beatport Link and BeatSource Link are the 2 that they run from there. I showed you those already. Tidal is another one that you can run through Serato or here. Same sort of thing like, what do you call that? Spotify, but it's again streaming. And then this is my offline cache of different ones that I can offline. Now, again, on top of these things that I subscribe to, I subscribe to the iDJ Pool Audio, costs me $9.99 a month, and I subscribe to Deezer, which costs me $9.99 a month. Okay, both of those. I mean, I can listen to Deezer like I do Spotify, that sort of thing, but I pay for it for here. So I have about $40 a month tied up into music, and this is why I say that these 2 are essential to me. And you may not say streaming's not important, blah, blah, blah. I'll show you why these are essential to me. Not that I'm going to use them to go out and DJ with, but I don't want to carry terabytes of songs. I don't need to, because where I live here in the city, DJ in the city, so I can always find Wi-Fi. I'm a subscriber of Comcast Xfinity, and anybody who's has that in your home, you get their free Wi-Fi when you're out. So there's almost nowhere I can't get Comcast Wi-Fi. Plus, I also can tether to my phone and do stuff like that. So if I need these for one-offs, and that's the whole idea of the streaming is the one-offs, I can dive into these, and I want to show you why I like these 2. And I'll even let some of you guys test. So come up right now, because I know we're on a lag from the chat, but come up with some songs that I'm going to search for. Just here is a streaming song, and I'll show you how I'm able to find stuff that in an instant, and I play it, drag it, drop it, play it as if it was already in my computer. So we're going to go over here to the left screen zoomed. And iDJ Pool, why I like them is because they have stuff marked like a DJ would mark it. So if I going back to Drake, because that's the least amount of typing, and you will see Drake stuff, and it's marked clean, quick mix, explicit, quick mix, and on and on and on and on. And that's why I like them, because they're all marked like DJs. Now, keep in mind what I'm about to show you. It's going to be slower because I'm on my studio computer, which is number one, an old computer, and then I'm doing all this broadcasting and stuff going on. So this load time is going to be slower. But the load time when I'm on my DJ computer and I'm out, I don't care if I'm DJing videos or whatever, the load time is the exact same as dragging and dropping a song that I physically have in my computer. So I'm just going to grab one here, and I'm going to drag it up, and we'll put it right here. All right, and that's kind of the normal speed for loading. So right now, if my internet went out, I could still play that song. So that's all the longer I would need to have to get a song from here. Same thing the other side. We'll throw this over here, and it's loading. And right there, I could lose the internet, and I have that song. I'll try a different one. Put this one over here. Boom! I can play that song instantly. And that's why I like it, because when I need to find something odd, so let's say I'm out somewhere, and I have the full version of something, and I want the quick mix, I can go here, and as if it's already in my computer, I don't even have to go over to this site and download it. It's right here. And it's going to tell me the year. And then if I do a scan of it, like those I already grabbed up in there, it's going to tell me what key it's in, because Virtual uses what's called a key differ. You can use 3 different ways in Virtual to mix and key. You have it in the melodic, the Camelot, or the key difference, and that's what I use. So what this does is tells you with a song that's loaded, what's the difference in the keys. So this is only one key off, and it's mixable. 0 or 1 is extremely mixable. So again, and this does this all from streaming. So me just searching for whatever, it does that. And the opposite of that is Deezer, where Deezer is like Spotify, so you're going to get just the album versions. You're not going to get stuff that's marked clean, quick, remix, intros, none of that stuff. But you're going to find stuff that's on any album. And we'll bring up some Drake, and we just basically have lots of Drake. And the same thing with there. If I wanted to do it and throw it up there, it'll load, and that one loads really quick. The only difference between those two is that with the iDJ Pool, I can offline songs as many as I want. All I have to do is once a month go on and log on with the computer to iDJ Pool to show that I still have a subscription. But I can literally offline as many songs as I want, and I don't have to be online to play them. So that's the thing. But with Deezer, because it's different the way it runs, you have to be online for whatever you want to play. And that's all there is to that. But you saw how quick they load. There's the Tootsie Slide. This is not a remix. This is not an intro. This is the album version. I drop it there, and we're loading the Tootsie Slide, and boom. It's ready to go. I can scratch. I can do whatever. This is where I want to go before I answer some more questions. Throw some songs out. If you have any questions, shout out the questions. But if you have any songs you want to test and see if they're either in the iDJ Pool or Deezer, let me know. But that's why I choose the things I do. The BPM Supreme I choose because I'm able to grab the quick mixes and stuff really quick. My deeper grab is the Static City remix. Those are the ones when I want to look for songs like the ones I showed you at the beginning that are just stuff that you would not normally have, but you want, you liked it, you maybe Shazammed it. That's where you go and look at that. And then these two are the other end, one that's grabbing me DJ versions of songs and one that's grabbing me pretty much anything. So if Spotify has it or Deezer actually has more songs than Spotify, but it has less subscribers. So if they have it, it's on there and it's playable. And I've really have never been tested that I can hardly ever find something that's not there. So feel free in the chat. If you have any questions, ask the questions or throw out some songs that you want me to look for. But that's why I look what I do. So basically each month I'm putting out about $40 a month, and I'm never without what I need. I'm never without what I need. So, yeah, Comcast, when you're doing Comcast out, when I'm doing the streaming, like I said, if I do Wi-Fi, if I'm in one of the clubs, I can pick up streaming pretty much everywhere I'm at, and it loads quick like that. 17 Days by Prince. We're going to start with Drake. Boom! We have several versions there. They have the 7-inch B cut and that one there. And we're going to go over to, and I doubt they're going to have this one in the iDJ Pool. I really doubt you're going to see this one over here. And they have it over there. They have a Zach. Oh, sorry. I'm not sharing that. There we go. Sorry. So they have a Zach Witness Club Mix over on the iDJ Pool. And on Deezer, they have those versions. So that's what I mean. They have everything. Let me check the next one here. Sorry for all the clacky typing. Okay, no results in Deezer. Is that right? Did I spell that right? I don't even know what that song is. If that even spelled right. Now you got to be honest with me. Oh, let's take the 5 out of there. That's definitely not it. I'm hoping the songs you're asking for, I'm hoping songs that someone would ask you to play. So let's be legitimate about this. No, it's not there. So there's one. And again, these, I can't imagine someone would ask for any of these. But there is a lot of Kiss in there in the Deezer. And I don't know if there's any Kiss over here in this one. And yeah, a lot of Kiss over here on this one. Remixes, intros, outros, stuff like that. All right, we got another one here. So for John was asking for Drunk, and we have several versions here. Cleans, singles, bonus beats, all that kind of stuff. And we'll go over and check on Deezer. And boop. And they've got several versions over there too. These are karaoke versions, so you will find karaoke stuff on Deezer. And I'm telling you what, I had a couple years ago, I did a Sweet 16 party, and it was the end of the night. There wasn't a lot of people there, and the kids are like, hey, can we do karaoke? And I'm like, I have that. I mean, I can get you the songs, but I can't get the lyrics. And they're like, oh, well, that's okay. We'll look at the lyrics on our phone. And because I had Deezer, and they would ask for a song, and I would type in the karaoke version, drag and drop, play the song. They had the lyrics on their phone. We were doing karaoke like that, and every song they wanted was there. Yeah, of course, like any streaming service, Joe says the only problem is if you decide to unsubscribe, you lose the songs. That's that way with any streaming service whatsoever. That's why I say you should download your songs. You should curate your own library, because let's say you do find a song on there that you love, a version, a remix, and let's say it's legally there, but one day maybe the artist loses its relationship with that streaming service, and that song gets taken off the streaming service. You no longer have that song. So that's why I say that BPM Supreme is my quick grab, my always there, the new stuff. Static City is my dig for stuff, and these are last minute emergencies. And I'm telling you, at least once a month, I will go back and look at my playlist, because Virtual saves the playlists of what you played, the history, and I'll look at any song that I played, and it'll mark it there with the it'll mark it with the little green square, so that means it's a streaming song. So if I go look into my history and it's there, and I want that song, like I said, I'll go back and look and go, oh yeah, I need to get this song, and I'll go and hunt for it. Excuse me. So that is the thing I like about this. We have a couple more songs in there. We'll do that one. Some of these songs you're asking for, I've never heard of in my entire life. So we have Tiger Jaw. There's a whole bunch of Tiger Jaw there. I deal with top 40 hip hop, just basically anything that was a hit. No Tiger Jaw in there, but again, that's why I have both. On Deezer, I have stuff, so that's why I like that. Mario asked, do you get to keep the music once you've downloaded? On the other services, yes. On the streaming services, no. A streaming service is exactly that. You're renting the use of their service for the songs here and there. Driver's license. I forget which version I play. I don't know if I've updated it on this one or not. What is her name? I'm blanking on the name. Olivia, that's it. So we have right there. So there's a remix, another remix. This is the one I have for it right there. That's the one that I found it on here. I loved it. It's 126 BPM. It's a dance version, and I loved it so much I went out and found it on Static City and got the DJ Q remix. Love it. So that's why I said that I found it on here, but then went and got it what I wanted. And also the cool thing about this is that there's so many times where I have had a song that hit Billboard charts that's the other services don't even have it to download. Don't even have it to download if I wanted. I can go into iDJ Pool and they always have it. It's rarely that they don't have it, and I don't know how they get it so quick, and they'll get a couple versions like that. So there's 2 weeks of my life that I'll be playing from them because I can't get it anywhere else, and then the other record pools will get it, and I'll be able to download it myself. So that's why I mesh all of those together so that it covers me no matter what. I can grab the quick mixes from BPM Supreme, I can grab the deep cuts from Static City Remix, and then these two let me fill the gaps in every single time I'm out. I can't tell you how many times it saved me in dance things. I can't tell you how many times that if you've ever watched me mix on Twitch, somebody will send a request and I may not have it because you guys asked for some stuff that's out there, and I'll go and find it here and play it, and you guys don't even know that I am playing a streamed version because it just bounces in that quick. And that's why I do what I do, and that's what this show was about, was showing different versions. And like I said, I've been DJing for 33 years now, and I've seen about every type of thing, whether you're hunting for records, hunting for CDs. I credit a lot of what's going on today, and I love the fact, and everybody else kind of shuns it, but I was huge on Napster because Napster could give me what I want. Perfect example, the first song I ever downloaded from Napster was Music by Madonna, because she performed it on MTV. It wasn't even out. You could not go to a store and buy it, but somebody recorded her performance on MTV, put it up on Napster. I downloaded it from Napster, and I was able to play it that night DJing, because that's what we're into now, about stuff that's right now. And that's what I love about it. And that's the one that like I said, that built into what we have now, and that's why I can use those, and I'm never without. Somebody can ask for something strange, and there's almost 100% chance that if I want to play it, I can. I don't tell people I have this ability. I'm not going to lie. I do not tell people I have the ability to grab stuff on the fly, because they would be asking for the stupidest stuff. You know that. You're a DJ. You know that. But like, if it's something to go, yeah, I should play that, or I want to hear that, and then I'll hear it and load it, and I'll go, oh yeah, this will work. Stuff like that. But I actually do not tell people I have that ability, because they will abuse me and ask for the stupidest stuff. So again, that's why I do all that. That's why I choose. And I want to encourage you to hunt for songs yourselves, because you will find versions. Just simply start with the songs you play all the time. And if you have a version that maybe you don't like the beginning or the end, try to go out there and look for an intro version, an outro version, an extended version. Back in the day, extended version usually meant a longer song, but nowadays, a lot of times when you see extended, it means that someone just put an intro and an outro on it. So I'm not sure why that term has changed over the years, but you'll see a lot of those now that are extended versions that aren't longer, other than an intro and an outro was put on it. Thank you. Yeah, the DJ Q mix is the one I like. It's funky. And like I said, if you join me next week on twitch.tv/discjockey news, same time, 9 p.m. Wednesday night, I'm going to be playing some of this stuff, because over there we can get away with playing stuff. If I tried to play these here, they would shut my show down halfway through and we wouldn't get through. But over there, I can at least get through the whole show and play the stuff. And you come and hear these versions next week if you want to hear stuff, and it'll give you ideas of stuff that you go, oh, I like that. Jot it down. I'll show you the versions. Jot it down. And you can go grab it yourself. So there. Never divulge your superpower. Amen. Tell me that don't tell them about it. They're ask for crap. Yeah. Again, I don't. This is another good example of why this is important. Okay. There was a college bar I was DJing at, and it's around Pitt University, and there's a very, very diverse group of people, okay? And it was one night where it was snowing a lot, so the only people there are students that could walk there, so there wasn't a lot. And for some reason that night, we had two distinct crowds of the Latina and the Hindi, and just very distinct. And I'm like, well, this is kind of interesting. So this is, like I said, you don't have to be a genius to DJ. So I needed to play to those two crowds that night. So I went on my phone, looked at charts of the most popular Latina songs right now, and went onto these services, search for it, drag and drop, play it, and this group would go bananas. And then I'd go to one of the other group, and they would go bananas, and back and forth all the time. And they ended up joining together, and they were having a good time, me just searching for stuff. And they would show me something there on their phone. Again, I don't reveal it. And they're like, do you have this? And I would do a search as if I had it, find it on streaming, play it. At the end of the night, the manager goes, that was amazing. How do you know all that stuff? So to them, it was a superpower, Napster took forever to download stuff. Now it's so fast, especially with high-speed internet and all that crap. So, yeah. Any other questions? Like I said, this is good. Like I said, join me next week. Like I said, over on twitch.tv/discjockey news, 9 p.m. Wednesday night. And I'm going to be playing some of these versions. And I think I may stay on for like 2 hours just to cover anything you want to hear. I want to play you some of those other versions of the ones I showed you at the beginning of the night, because I love those versions. Some of these cats I get to hang out with here in Pittsburgh. Incredible DJs, incredible programmers when it comes to styles of music. And I love just to go hang out with them. And I thank them so much for letting me take my phone and capture a picture over their shoulder and then go hunt for it. A lot of them are like, yeah, I can just send it to you. I'm like, no, you don't need to do the work. I'll do my work. I appreciate that. And I get to find stuff. So it's blessed to get to be able to do that. And like I said, I'm also blessed to be able to share this stuff with you. And I hope it helps. Hope it encourages you, because the more rich of a library you have, the better people are going to think you are. When you're dropping a song or a version or an edit that they're like, whoa, I love this song. I didn't know they made a dance version of it. Or just, like I said, to save yourself on a mix and find a version that you're not chasing all night long, that the beat is steady. Stuff like that makes a huge difference. So do it for yourself. So if nothing else, do it for yourself. There you go. As music lovers, I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's show. Again, join me next week. If you have any questions, you can hit me up offline. I'm on pretty much every social media there is as DJ Michael Joseph, except for Facebook. I'm DJ Michael Joseph, the number 1, and DJ Michael Joseph, the number 2. So that's the only difference between all the rest of them. So you can find me there, send me messages. Static City Remix does update. They're a little slower on some stuff. They're going through some staff changes now. They have an issue with their search. But like I said, that's my deep dive stuff. So I'll go back there 2 weeks later and get what I need. But you can find some stuff. You won't find everything. But like I said, that's why you kind of have to have a couple different places. Because like I said, between my 4, I don't lose. I almost never, ever, ever come up short. So there you go. Mike, I told Jay and Brian, you guys are the best, along with Howie, Dan, John. Thank you. I appreciate that, Mike. I'm glad that you get stuff out of this. I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody, the likes, the thumbs up, all that kind of stuff. Helps the numbers go up in the YouTube searches and different things like that. Those watching over on Facebook, I appreciate you guys. Again, join me next week. Don't forget. I'm telling you, it's going to be a fun night. Apparently on Restream, I have reached 100 tweets tonight. So we've had people over on Twitter through Restream. I forgot that was kicking over on Twitter. So people watching on Twitter tonight, you're freaking awesome. Thank you guys. Again, everybody, thank you again. As I end my show, I always try to encourage you to be there for each other as we come out of this lockdown period back into doing gigs again. You might find yourself not being able to fill in a gig. Lean on each other. If you can send someone a gig, send it to them, because they may repay it back to you someday. And that's how we're all going to get through this. I'm not even talking the DJ world, everything. We got to be there for each other. And it's the hardest thing sometimes when you're in competition for gigs to also help. But trust me, you much rather. I've had both. I've had DJ enemies and I have DJ friends, and